Good evening, everyone. I'll just unmute you, Damien. Okay, I'll mute you. Good evening, everyone. We're in September. Wow. How did we get to September that fast? I just got back to Italy and I am in a very grateful mood. I got to see my family, my sons and my sisters, my nephew, and it is something that hasn't been happening that much because of COVID. So I feel really grateful, and I want to send just a thought to all the people that miss seeing their families still because of the pandemic, and just hang in there, stay safe, and I hope you get to see them as soon as possible. Today, or rather tonight, it's about the analogical types or behaviors. We have talked about these for some time, but someone told me that it's not really that clear how they work. So tonight, basic lesson, trying to figure out and determine which one of the three behaviors your clients are attracted to. That is what we want to figure out, so we can use the right language, the right body language, the right tone of voice, the right content in our communication to create value for clients and attract more clients. You ready to start? Yes. We call them analogical or analogic because they happen automatically without us really thinking about it or knowing it. You know, sometimes when you have like a really great gut feeling with someone, and with someone you're like, I don't really like that person. Type, analogical type could be the reason. Enneagram type could be the reason. Different centers that are dominating you and the other person. And of course, different cultural background and so on. But the part of us that is, let's call it mechanical without misusing that term, but mechanical or programmed, something that we sometimes wish we wouldn't do, but that we do anyway. That is our type. There's three of them, and we call them paternal, maternal, and ego. What is essential? Why do we want to know this? I'll ask you a question. Like, would you like to know what language, verbal and nonverbal, and what behaviors attract different people, different clients? Let's say we want to go to the amusement park. A lot of people like to do that. Everybody is different. The reason why we go is to spend time with the people we love, have fun, experience something new, but we all seek different attractions. Damien, what's your favorite? If you go to the amusement park, what's one like, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna go to the ghost tower. I did it once in Denmark. No, it was in Mirabilandia in Ravenna in Italy, and I almost choked because a guy came up and he was like, oh, it was a real person. It was like, what? I never set foot in that thing anymore. What's your favorite attraction then?
Well, I have a sentimental memory. When I was little, we had a amusement park, came like every year, and we chose to go on this. I don't know, it's the like it goes in circles, and it was this huge what are they? No, ducks, not ducks. These white birds in water. I'm forgetting
Yeah,
words.
yeah, I know. Isn't it
So
amazing? Like,
yeah, they were big, and you just sit in them, and we have like photos of us going there. So it's like very important for me. But many of these like crazy stuff happening right now, I don't go there. I'm the
yeah.
walking around type of guy, looking there and saying, hey, they must have a nice view, right?
Okay, and that's why we're trying to make more business online too. Damien and I talked about it before we came online, that we're going to try to build our business online too, so we can work from everywhere. The question is how to be the attraction your client will try, how to attract your client so they will use your services. Another question, what does your client's behavioral type reveal? And I can tell you it's a lot of things. You have so many clues and keys to how to communicate with your client if you know their analogical behavior and type. The three different behaviors, they reveal innate behaviors, your client's underlying feeling, thinking, and sensing. And it goes for us too, because if I know I tend to have a certain behavior and I'm with a person that does not like that, I can try to modify it. It's not about not being myself. It's about trying to communicate with the other person so the other person can hear me. It reveals their nonverbal communication, gestures and scratches. Some types will have certain scratches, and other types other scratches. Instinctive reactions, patterns of reactions, and verbal communication. How they speak will reveal what type they are, and it will reveal what type of words, what type of communication you should use with your client. First one, first behavior. We call it the sword, and it is paternal. So please repeat with me, sword, paternal. Just remember that. The sword, we call it paternal behavior. What does a sword do? What does a sword do? Damian, you're with me, and I thank you for joining me. Yes, what does it do? Write it in the chat or in your own notes. Just think about a sword. What does it do? Damian, you're on if you want, of course.
Yeah, it's the thing we've talked about like months ago. It's this very strict talkative person which knows what's the way. He just goes for the goal, is very like focused on the one thing that's important, being very persuasive about things. And
yes, more than persuasive, they're judgmental. So let's just talk about, what does a sword do, Damian? Like literally, if you have a sword, what you can do with it?
it's pointing.
Yes.
It is
What can you do with it? Like the first thing you think about?
lengthening. It's making like it's making a distance, and you can cut with it.
Yes,
You can
that was what I
attack.
was going for. You can hurt someone, right? You can also cut someone, but the first thing you think about it with a sword is probably fighting, knights, okay? And you can penetrate something with it. It goes in like this. And as you so rightfully said, it's very determinate. The person that has this behavior is judgmental and determined. And in that spectrum, there's a lot of, you can be like a real sword, a lot, and less, of course. So we're not all the same. Next one, crown, ego. Beautiful. What does a crown represent? Just think about it for a second. Think about it on your own if you're watching the replay or you are on YouTube or Twitch. Write it in the chat here or in your own notes. What does a crown represent for you? Is it power? Is it being on top? Is it being the best? Is it being king, queen, royal? Normally, if you wear a crown, you're the one that rules. You command people and you don't do the job on your own, right? I mean, like if you were king, would you clean the dishes? No, I don't know if you do, but I wouldn't, definitely. Well, if you were king, Damian, what would you not do anymore? Like, done with that.
I would say the basic survival gathering stuff, for example.
Okay.
I'd be
Like-
more in the intellectual sort of controlling or organizing the system of these that are gathering, if I were to think about the medieval times.
No, but
for example.
so I was asking if you, so let's say, Damian, you wake up tomorrow and you're king of some foreign country by miracle. What is one of the things that you would never do anymore? Like, I wouldn't cook. Hi, Linda. Welcome. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Linda. I would focus on myself.
Yes.
I wouldn't bother like doing anything
Practical.
Yeah.
Okay, so we do agree on that.
Just like I'm above that sort of.
So the crown
attitude.
represents power and the power to have stuff done for you. And if you're watching and you have genius ideas, just write them in the group. The shield, maternal. So sword, paternal, we call them that. And it's just words to describe and remember by. Shield, maternal. And what does a shield do? Like its main function when you think about it. Write in the chat or in your notes. First thing, Damian, that comes to mind, it seems like you're on the stand today. Yes. Oh, you can also hide. I never even thought about that. That's true. Like you can hide, but it protects you. You agree on that? Like the shield is supposed to protect you, and you're supposed to fight with the sword, and the crown gives you all the power.
Yeah, I agree on that protection.
Yeah.
Actually, I was thinking because we were talking about these signs which you go into when you are talking, and
Yes.
I just figured, I was thinking about what do I usually use, and
Yeah.
for me, what's natural is to avoid conflict. So it's not in my like nature to be sore, to be like, hey, you should do this. It's more like, hey, I was wondering, there's a better way for doing this. So the person is like, realizes, okay, maybe there's something I can do. But generally, the signs, there's this moment I realized that I usually use this. It's like, I'm going backwards and I'm
Yeah.
raising my hands,
Right.
and I realized that it's like these balances. I'm showing like, hey, don't look at me. I'm balancing here. I'm only showing what's on this side and what's on the other side. I'm not like,
You're
hey, I choose
bouncing.
this. Yeah.
Okay, so you're trying.
So it's like
maybe,
avoiding conflict.
Yes, and you're trying to protect everybody, not having anybody, feel bad or not being too assertive. Yes, so probably
Hey, it's your
a
fault.
shield.
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
And it might be the shield.
Yeah, well, we'll check it in just a moment. To recap, sword, paternal behavior, crown, ego, shield, maternal. This does not, and I do repeat because sometimes gets this wrong. Sword is maternal behavior, but a woman can be a sword. Crown, ego, we can be sword, female, male, transgender, you name it. And shield, maternal, but everybody can be a shield. It's not whether you're a male or female or transgender does not determine your type. As we said, paternal innate behaviors. This is how they react instinctively. Judgmental, give commands, criticizes, and they like to have a fight, and they like to be right. Whereas, just as Damien said, it doesn't really matter that much to the shield because they protect people more and they don't have this need to assert themselves. A reminder, no judgment whatsoever. We need all three types, and there's a reason there's three. Maternal innate behaviors. This person, this client, or you helps, wants to feel needed, takes care of people, participates a lot, sacrifices, and sometimes they're so protecting. And I'm really happy you said that, Damian. This is me scratching my back and not going to put anyone on the spot. But if you would want to kind of like, Lykke, you would know that this means, why haven't I thought about that before? And it doesn't really fit me or suit me that I didn't think about it. But thank you for that, Damian. And this person needs to train speaking skills sometimes, whereas the other person, the sword, needs to train listening skills. Not always true, but generally it's like that. Last of the three, crown, ego, innate behaviors, talks about themselves. So if you have a client talks and this and that, and they tend not to listen to you, could be ego. Provides guidance and does not get involved. Just like we said about the king or the queen or whomever rules, they do not get involved. They give commands and people see to that their commands are taken into action. Why? So when I first encountered these teachings way back, I was like, how is that even possible? Why are these three behaviors? I mean, can you like put the whole human race in three symbols? I was like, no way, that's not true. That doesn't seem right. And it's true that there's other systems, there's the Enneagram that I love, the centers, and we'll talk more about it. But this is an essential tool. And why? Let's think about, what do the symbols of kings, knights, and royals, what do they look like? Since the beginning of time, there was a crown, there was a sword, and there was a shield. If you look at almost every family emblem, Linda, help. You have like the family, you know what I mean. Have these symbols on them.
Coat of arms.
Coat of arms. I was thinking, because I came back from Denmark, that I was going to speak a little bit like the Danish people, but it's not that bad. I'm actually doing pretty well, if I can say so myself. But my Danish accent, of course, and we love our accents. And if you think about the church, Egypt, everywhere in every system, there's been these three symbols, one way or the other. Why do they have a crosier, a cope, and a mitre?
Crozier.
Sorry, Linda?
Crozier.
Crozier. Well, I mean, like, what would I do without you? I would be totally lost. She was like, what did she say? And isn't it amazing? Like it looks like, yeah, well, of course. But is it of course? Like they could have anything or nothing in their hand. And it goes all the way back, to Moses and Aaron with the shtick. So it's really interesting that these three symbols represent three behaviors and three types, and you can find them everywhere. Coins, symbols, representations of associations, they tend to have all these three in them. Let's go deeper into each single one. Paternal. Judgmental, give commands, criticizes, fight. We said this is their favorite gesture. Yes, we're strong, we can make it, and we fight and believe and we command. And you should listen to me and try to do what I say, because what I say is a good idea. And this is like, it's a matrix that is like, it's underneath everything that the sword does. This goes for gestures, but also for handshake, touches, hugs. They shake like this, like a sword. They shake hands and tend to be like they have upright posture, and they want to just look at me. Like they want to have people believe that they have everything under control, even though they don't. If we're talking about being a consultant, instinctive paternal reaction would be, of course, they can be very different, but like a tiding festival, a method, really, 5 categories, a little like, tell me more, but I'm not convinced that you know more than me, or typical for those people that are like, do I really need someone to teach me to fold my socks or to fold my shirts? That sounds not rational. How hard can it be? Bring it on. Be careful with my stuff. You can get this feeling of uncertainty or insecurity because they tend to care. This doesn't sound nice, but if you know I'm a sword, you know that I'm talking about me too. They tend to care more about the stuff than the person in this specific situation. That doesn't mean we don't love people, but it's different. And let's get something done. It's important to be efficient. And as Tony Robbins always says, and I repeat his saying, is repetition is the mother of skill. So let's try it. So if you're watching the replay or you're watching somewhere else that is not on Zoom, please feel free to stand up. And let's try it. Linda, do you feel like standing up so we can show it?
Yeah, the only problem is I'm on my phone, which is not very good.
You know what we'll do? We'll do that. You do the test on me.
Oh, no.
I do like your little thing. What do you do? But that's all right, because I like the way it hurts. You have to do the sword with me. If you're with a client, you can use anything from like a stick like this, or you can sit with a cup and insert it like this. And you see, it works on me too. Crazy stuff. You can use earrings, have long things in your office, have like a huge painting with a stick. Damian, I love your blue thing. What is that? It looks like a superhero suit.
It's an overall from secondhand. I enjoy it.
I love it. Like, I really mean it. I have those green ones, but yours is way cuter.
Yeah, it's also like double XL, so it's oversized and it's perfect for the weather. going bad
Yes,
these
I
days.
think if I had it on, I don't think it would be oversized, but Linda is going to help me with that. Okay, Linda, so how can we do the test? You can do like this, but it has to penetrate like the sword, the person, okay? Or with your fist, like this, and then you pull back to see if they move forward. What failure of the test, person is not moving, and they're like, I can't feel anything. I don't feel moving. And what do you tell the person? If you can do the test, like if you're with friends and stuff, like, don't worry about it, just relax, feel your knees, and you try to small talk to distract them. Because if you think about if you're going to move, you're not going to move. Linda, would you mind trying it with Damian? He's stretching, getting ready. Yes, this is the weekly workout from 9 to 10 p.m. We're gonna do a little. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have this love over fear t-shirt because I had this weird comment twice while in Denmark. Once with my tiding client. And she was like, because she knows that I'm supposed to be a nonverbal expert, body language expert. And she was like, yeah, but then I have to hide what I feel. I can't talk. And you know everything. And I'm like, no, of course not. And then I heard again when I was with friends, it's like, be careful because Lykke is going to interpret everything that you do. And it makes me kind of sad. And then I've been thinking about it. And it's like, why do we feel that we have to hide? Isn't that wrong, Linda?
Well, I do a lot of book clubs, and it's amazing what people say, how they expose themselves. You know, just commenting on a book, how much they give of themselves, and people often don't realize. And sometimes I almost have to gasp, you know, at what they've given away.
What do you mean with given away?
Well, when you're talking about a book, really, you're talking about yourself.
Okay, cool.
I think people unconsciously in a book club say an awful lot about themselves. Because, I mean, we're British, like we don't say anything about ourselves. So it's quite funny when people give themselves away. But can I just say something? I've worked with a few clients, and they've told me their, you know, enneagrams or their Mayas, whatever. And when they go to tell me, although obviously it's really good to know, but I find myself saying, no, don't tell me. Because like you're giving me your soul.
Okay, so you're saying the opposite of what I'm saying. But you know what? I think you just gave me like the reason that I don't read books then. Because I would reveal something about myself. It's really, I've never thought about it like that before. Okay. But it is, I do find it a little sad, Linda, that we're scared of other people seeing what we really think or how we really feel. So let's just think about it and leave it at that. Damian, are you ready in your superhero suit? Hello? There you are.
Yes.
Fantastic. Oh, you had a little snack. Normally it's Linda. We can't have this live without someone having a snack. So I got a snack today. Hello. And I don't know if it's keto, but it's not unhealthy. Okay. Okay. So go, Linda, if you want.
Okay, I'm not. Now, this is not easy on a phone.
If you're doing this at home, don't like put it in your eye or something. Okay, be careful. So we're using one hand. If you have the person in front of you, you're standing like this, and the person is standing in front of you, turned over like this. Go, Linda. But Damian, you can look at the screen. We can see if you're moving or not. Turn around, Damian, to like straight on. Yes.
Hi, Damian.
It's a little bit harder.
It's not easy on a phone.
No, it's not. You're doing a great job.
I'd be frightened if I was coming at someone with my finger.
Okay, maybe try to move your face away from the phone, Linda. I just wrote an article for a blog today that I actually did a tidying session online on my phone because I didn't. Okay, there we go. You see, we're moving now. That's good. Damian, what do you feel? Backwards or forwards?
Definitely backwards. It was like at the end was like this sort of magnet behind me. Really.
Backwards. So everything you said up until now is not true. Do you realize that?
About me being a shield, and so
Yes.
I should like sword.
And it's almost always
Maybe
like that. We don't know who we were. Okay, let's do it again. I'll do it just to be sure.
Thing like, whoa, what's going on?
Okay, just look at the
I
screen.
don't like this.
Okay, just look at the screen and I'll do it. Just because Linda's on the phone, not that you didn't do it well.
Oh, I see what's happening. When you were pulling away with your fist, that was making me move forward.
I think somebody wants you. There's a message to the superhero.
That's just somebody walking.
She had a
here.
superhero suit on too.
Yeah, we are all superheroes.
But it was white. I actually like that better. But anyway, okay, Damia, I think from knowing you that you do move forward on this one. And I was just kidding when I said everything was a lie. But do you all wear like superhero suits in Prague?
No, it's just comfy clothing, you know.
You're totally right. Okay, Linda, stand up.
What?
Yeah. And just close your eyes. Just, you can sit down, Damian. Sorry, I need to command. I need to be the crown. Just close your eyes and think about something very tall, like an obelisk or a light pole or something that's long and tall. Okay, so no doubt about Linda. So here we have a shield and a sword in the meeting. Now we have two swords and a shield. Cool. Thank you, Linda.
Pleasure.
Any questions? No, you know this by heart now. These are the words that we can use if we're talking to somebody, and this is important. If you move forward on the sword, that is what you're attracted to. You're not that. It's like if you have straight hair, you want curly hair, and if you have curly hair, you want straight hair, and so on. So if you move forward on the sword, that is what attracts you. That behavior attracts you. The other person, if you have a client that's attracted to that, you can say that the Tiding Festival is hard work. It's a long road to get to the top. It can be very hard, but then when you get to the end, it's certain success because you go through and you penetrate every little corner of your home. You use the heart touch, you do your handshake like the sword does, and you use long objects. If you want to pick up someone at the bar and you want a sword because you're a shield, you wear long earrings and maybe jewelry that's really long, and you sit like this. And so 57% of humans are stimulated by the sword, so they move forward on the sword. If you don't know the person that's standing in front of you, you have a bigger chance of attracting them. Try and use the sword, and then you go from there. You start out with that. And it's actually really easy. It sounds difficult, but when you get used to it, you can actually see people swaying or knowing the signs of rejection, satisfaction, or joy. You can watch the different reactions and you know which one they like. Crown. The crown behavior is they talk about themselves. I would like to be like an expert in accents, I think. I think that's going to be my next. I really mean that. I love it. Provides guidance and they do not get involved. Just like we talked about, like they're above everything and they command and they do not get involved themselves. They don't do the dirty work themselves. This is the main gesture. Do you see how I scratch my forehead? Just seeing the circle is it releases a scratch in me, even though I've known it for so long. This is the preferred gesture. Now you have to see whether what I'm saying is really relevant, and we have to get to these results and do this, and you have to do this, 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 and this. Sometimes it's double. And the people that are attracted to this are not ego. They pinch your hand like this when they shake your hand. And they pinch your shoulder like this. How are you? Allora, how are you? They pinch open and close, just like the circle. Instinctive ego reactions, tidying session. How does it work? How long does it take? They have questions. They want to know how much time is involved. When you get to the end, did anybody famous do it? And that is better. Like using the new Netflix show or influencers. If you talk about the method, that has a good effect on the people that are attracted to ego. Can we take selfies while we tidy for my Instagram? My friend could need this because I have stuff to do. They might suggest you talk to some of their friends or someone they know. Could be a partner, kids, parents, anybody that is not them. So it takes time. If you feel there's someone that could really need it, but does not want to and is ego, not attracted to ego, you have to put in a lot of effort. You have to make them feel as if they've done it. You know, Linda, some people actually say this, right? I have to convince my partner, my kid, my parents that it's their idea, and then I can get it done. Okay, these are the people that are ego, that is like a lot. Whereas if you're attracted to it, if you move forward, you like that behavior. You like for someone to tell you, let's do this, this, and this. And it's not about level or someone being better on, it's just how we react, how we are. And of course, the symbol is round. Linda, do you want to do the circle on me?
I don't think I can with my...
Oh, you can. I move very fast. I'm a very easy student. Oh, look at that. So knowing me, like if you watch me or you know me just a little, probably not attracted to the ego behavior. Lykke. And if I know Linda, well, probably not attracted to the ego behavior. What would you say, Linda? No. No. Did you choose your own glasses, Linda? You look amazing in red. I really like it. And I'm fond of the color at the moment.
Actually, they were the cheapest. I broke my glasses and these are like,
I love that.
They're all the same shape. So I think this is the shape that means ego, doesn't it?
No, it would mean that you're attracted to the sword that you're not.
Yeah.
But it makes sense because they're the cheapest ones. It's not because you like them best.
No.
If you do find people with glasses like that, and they like to spend money on glasses, or they chose them themselves, they will be attracted to the sword. You can even watch it in musical instrument, the choice of musical instruments. That is it's amazing. So
Okay. If
Mhm.
if you played so the viola or the violin or something, what would you say you were?
attracted to sword, everything that has a thing that does something like this, or the trumpet. Whereas if you play the guitar or the harp, it's how can you say, like it hugs. It's like an instrument that you hug. And it's just kind of softer, Linda. You know, the softer instruments, of course, the flute, you're attracted to the sword, everything that like you have a stick on it with the violin, the viola, whereas the guitar, the harp. And it's actually funny to think about it because they probably, I haven't thought about this before, but they probably also have a softer sound, like a more maternal sound, let's call it that. I'm thinking about all the instruments, and yes.
Could it also say something about your parents, though?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. I'm moving there. Like I've been trying to go there for 3 months, but it's not easy. So, but we will. And during the test, either with you close your eyes and you visualize the sun. If you want to do it with someone else, if you can do it like directly, you open and close like this. Be careful, don't do this with your wrist because it can seem like a sword. So you open and close them, and if you want to try it, you can try it, and just do it a couple of times with both hands. So you open and close and you make a circle. Good. And a little more circle than triangle, Damian. Yes, that is perfect. Good. Or you can do it like this and still don't do this, but this, and you just open and close like this. And you have to make a circle. Let's make a perfect circle. It's, yeah, that looks like a triangle, Damian. You do spatial design. Come on. That's still a triangle. Okay, just use the other one. Yeah, I know. I'm just, you know that I'm just joking. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to see them if you move backwards or forwards on the circle?
I can try.
Let's do it. Linda, you're still on your phone, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Backwards, right?
I'm kind of balancing. I would probably need more time
Yeah.
to sense.
Okay, would you stand up, the man, and just move over like this and just close your eyes? No. Stand up. Would you stand up? Please, if you want to. No, you have to. Get up, stand up straight. Oh, come on. Be serious. Okay, just move over like this. Yeah, okay, that way we can see you. Can you move a little forward, please? Just a little forward so we can see you through the white. Yeah, walk, take a step. Take a step, Damian. Take a step forward. One. Yeah, that's it. You see how the sword is like, come on, you can do it. Come on, it's not that hard. Step one, take one step forward and stay there if you can with the cord. Don't, yeah, okay, don't, yes, so your computer doesn't fall on the floor. That's what I meant. Okay, so just close your eyes and visualize like a sun or something round, like a pizza or ball. It's round, circular, round. And just release your knees. Okay, so little movement back there, but almost nothing. which means that you're not ego. You do not have that behavior, and you're not attracted to it either. Does it make sense?
It makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, last one. But before verbal communication with people that move forward on the circle, they are pretty rare. And I'll explain that later. But let's say out of 100 people, you might find 10, maybe less, I'd say less, that are attracted to the circle. Round, moon, sun, coin, pizza, ball, table, orange, roundabout, circle, sphere, pinch. Pinches open and close. The ones that move forward on the circle are typically more than 55, 56, 60 years old, or they live in a very safe environment with a traditional family, and they don't have the need to rebel against the parents, so they are still attracted to the ego. It will all make sense later, I promise. Maternal innate behaviors, we saw those. They want to help. This is the main gesture. You'll see they're protective, patronizing sometimes, caressing. The general gestures, handshake, they try to they hug your hand with both their hands. They touch you like this, how are you? And they kind of caress you, and they will try to hug you and be needed. I was watching, what's it called? Like Frankie and Grace today. It's like, do you need me to help you? If you need me to need you to help me, well, then I need you. It's like, it can get really confusing. Instinctive maternal reactions to the tidying festival. Will you teach me how to do it well? We'll do it together, right? I can't do it on my own. I need someone to support me. Be careful. I don't want you to hurt yourself or strain yourself. Let's try it. Damien, this is last one, because we know that Linda moves forward. You move forward on, we know, yeah, you move forward like on the triangle, right, Linda? Well, I do too. So last one. You can also do it like this. Did you drink? Are you drunk, Damien? Just tell us.
Oh, I'm not. I feel like moving forward.
Okay, you move over like this because it's a little dark in the room. Yeah, and close your eyes and just observe a pyramid pointing with the top of the pyramid pointing towards the ground. And if you want to try it at home, you can either do it like this, the triangle, or like this. And then you just close your eyes and you watch the pyramid pointing with the top pointing towards the ground. Yes, it's moving back. Do you feel you're moving back? Because I can see it, but I would like you to...
I feel like I am compensating for the moving forward. It's like I really am falling forward.
Okay, Linda, did you see moving forward?
You are muted.
Could you stand up again? Because we want to be sure.
Okay, let's do it again.
Yes. So take a step forward, because that way you blew no forward. Forward is that way. Okay, good. Cool. That way we can see it against the white thing. Take off your Maybe, okay, no, it's okay. No, don't take anything. No, don't take off your superpower suit. You're crazy. Keep that. What's going on? I'm going to stop your webcam. So, what are you doing? Okay, cool. Okay, so close your eyes and think about a pyramid that as the top is pointing towards the ground. It's like a triangle. Very little movement. Okay, there it was. I want you to try it out because it's
I really feel
there
like
are very few people, very few that move backwards and forward on the same signal. Very, very few, like 0.5%. But it's not impossible. I haven't met a lot of them, but it's not impossible. They could be you. So try it tomorrow and let me know. Have your partner in crime in the superpower woman suit, white one, do the test on you. Okay, and you can do the. Oh, no.
I really felt like I was moving forward and I didn't want to fall forward,
Yeah.
so I moved backwards.
So more forward on the triangle than the sword. Is that what you're saying? Okay,
I believe so. Yeah.
perfect.
Maybe he's in disguise.
He doesn't want us to know. So here it comes, Linda, what you were asking for before. But before that, when we talk to someone that's attracted to the circle, could be me, could be Linda, warm, soft, wet, black ball, open, wide, open, expand, soft touch, any triangular object that you can mention, like a pyramid, a pizza slice, anything that's triangular. If you want to pick someone up, you can have something on like this, earrings. And of course, if you're talking to someone that's attracted to the round, you can wear something like this and play with it like this. If you want, you can. A tie is an amazing tool. Don't like to wear ties, so I can't use it. But if you have a tie, you can do like this, and you can do a triangle. You can do like this with it, which is the sword. And you can actually do like this, like you can fold it and make a circle. So a tie is a really good tool if you like wearing those. And of course, opposites attract. So if you are a sword, you don't want a sword. If you're a circle, you don't want a circle. And if you're ego, you don't want ego. And if you're a shield, you do not want to be with a shield. And here is where we're starting with like hardcore theory. This is the expression of we call them parental types. And it means that they're not ego, and they have the main conflict with one parent, not with two parents. That's exactly what you were talking about, Linda. Paternal, main conflict with dad. If you have two dads or two moms, or whatever nuclear family you're born in, one or the other will represent one of the two. Paternal. Main conflict with dad, attracted to the circle. Main conflict with dad, attracted to the paternal. If you have the three symbols, the sword is standing above. This is what you are. This is what you're attracted to. And it's like a mathematical almost symbol. Shapes and symbols. And it's always like that. And these are the only two possible expressions if this one is on top. On top. Oh. Maternal. Main conflict with mom. And of course, the form expresses the sex, but I repeat, you can be maternal being male, female, transgender does not matter. Maternal, attracted to the sword. Maternal, attracted to the circle. And the ones of you that remember, we talked about to be and to have, the longers and the getters. Linda, you're writing like crazy. I'll send you these if you want.
No, it
It took
helps
me like an hour to make those shapes. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I could just have designed them with the whatever. Do you have questions? Or are you writing something else down?
No, I like to write it down. It helps me remember.
Yeah, that's actually really, that's so true. These two are called to be, and they're the ones that like when it's not easy, they don't like compliments and all that stuff that we talked about in another live. How can you determine it? If I know this is a little complicated today, but let's say 20 years ago, if the two symbols can be on the same person, this is the rule, they are beers, they are longers. So the shtick with the circle can be supposedly on one person up till some years ago, and the triangle and the circle. Does that make sense? So if the two objects cannot be on the same person, they're beers. And they want to long for something. They don't want it right away. It has to be a little difficult. And these I have, the two symbols cannot fit on the same person. Hold on, I'll go back. Main conflict with dad, attracted to ego behavior. Main conflict with mom, attracted to ego behavior. Main conflict with dad, attracted to maternal behavior. Main conflict with mom, attracted to paternal. So this one is what you are, what you express when you communicate with someone. And this is what you're attracted to.
Lykke, what do you mean that you have the conflict with your dad? If you're paternal, the conflict is with your dad.
It means that, so it works like this. I'm just going to show you this before. This is not, we're just up here. And it will all make sense. But there's a lot of work, like theoretical work to be done. Yes, this is the whole scheme from the analogical disciplines. This is what it means, Linda. And this is very important. So when we grow up, the child decides good parent, bad parent. Or you can say super, super cool parent, less super, super cool parent. Doesn't mean that they're like bad or good or do something wrong. It's simply when I want an ice cream, I go to mom. Or when I want an ice cream, I go to dad because he's going to say yes or she's going to say yes. And plus, so it's a sensation of which one you have the, let's say, you can obtain most with. And Linda, which is really important, how you expect their behavior to be. I did a course with vocal coaches, and the one that has maternal conflict with mom is like, the phrase was this, and it was really, it was a great description. Dad is always dad, she said in Italian. And the one that had the biggest conflict with dad is like, she said, how do you contradict mom? She always knows best. So it's in your brain, you somehow decide what your parent is supposed to behave like, what your parent is supposed to say, to do. Just like kids say that the parent doesn't see them for what they really are, they don't understand them. Kids have an expectation of their parents, what they're supposed to do. Example. Let's go back. Let's go back and talk about, hold on, no, I'm not going to share. I'm just going to say, parental main conflict, Linda, with dad. Okay, attracted to the triangle. Dad did not show up at my graduation.
Yeah, but my dad was amazing. I had an amazing dad. Yeah, that's why I'm confused, a bit confused on a personal level.
Yes, it doesn't have to be like that, Linda. It just but you move forward with the triangle and back with the, but you move backwards on the circle, right?
I can't remember, to be honest. And
Yeah.
I hadn't paid much attention with the circle.
Okay, don't worry. We'll look at it on the 12th, I think. And it takes time because it's kind of like conceptions, Linda, that it doesn't have to be bad at all, but it's just relatively, it's kind of like I feel safer. I know what mom's going to do because she's always been doing that. Or I know what dad is going to do, what he's going to react like.
Can I ask a question?
Course.
Could my dad have been maternal and my mum paternal?
Oh, yeah, totally.
No, I think maybe that's it. I think my mum's paternal and my dad's maternal.
Totally. And that would explain it, why you were attracted to him more than her. So what happens when you become ego? These are like, this is how we're born, the 4, one way or the other. You have one of those 4 because you don't come out of your mother's womb and be like, I want to fight both with mom and dad. You just choose, feel a little more comfortable with her than with him. Or I don't really know what to expect. And it can be anything, Linda. It's like just even tiny things. What happens when we become ego is that the parent that you expected to behave in a certain way does not anymore. So for me, I'll show you, and I'll make a drawing for the next meeting that is better. For me, where am I? Soggetto maschile, femminile. I can't even find myself. That's great. Here I am. So what happens is that my mom, who used to be good, reliable, whatever, she acts, typical example that we always use is my parents got a divorce, and let's say in my case, and it's just an example, my dad left my mom, and he did some things that I did not like, but I kind of did expect that from him. Let's say my mom had done it, and she had moved to Bahamas with the Zoom instructor and left me without money to study. Is like, what? No. And I become ego, and I don't like how my dad behaved, but I don't like how my mom behaved either. But I didn't expect it from her, Linda. And that makes it worse. Because the parent that is kind of like, not the one that would save you, but that you expect a behavior that's not what you expected. Oh, it's really difficult to explain. I'm sorry about that. It's surprising. You know how if someone hurts you, that is not your friend, it's kind of okay. But if your friend does the same thing, it's like, I did not expect that. And you have 2 measures, it's the same thing. Damian, you're like, What is she saying?
Sorry, I'm getting you off track.
No, because it's really important to understand that if you're parental, what we need to understand today, and we'll just leave it at that, is that if you're parental, main conflict is with dad. Let's say, Linda, let's say your client wants to, take everything out of the apartment or change things. She's going to be less comfortable talking to her dad about it if main conflict is with dad, and more comfortable with mom, but only because she thinks she knows, or he thinks he knows how they will react. It's something unexpected. Let's say that I want to have Botox. And I think I know how my dad will react. He will be like, "Why would you want to spend that money? Do you think it's safe? Blah, 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 blah." That's okay, because so I talk to him and he reacts like that. So no problem. It's the same old dad. I expect my mom to be supportive and understand me. And she's like, "Oh, you're gonna end up like all those movie stars. You're gonna look terrible." And I'm like, "Holy Moses, I thought you were gonna support me." "No, because my sister's daughter, she just had Botox. She's like, blah, 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 blah." It hurts me more that she doesn't support me than my dad, because I didn't expect it from her. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And this is the whole thing, that we make assumptions and have expectations and think we think right about people. And often we're not that right. Like if you're a parent, and I'm like, you know what, boys, do you think I wasn't 18? Do you think I wasn't 20? Do you think I didn't go to college? Do you think I didn't go through university? Do you think nobody ever, tried to make me smoke or do drugs? Well, what do you think? Do you think I just like became old? I was 8 and then I became old? Because, your kids, they kind of look at you and like, what does she know? She knows nothing. It's like, what do you think? And the same thing with the opposite sign, Linda. We think they know more than they know. Like they don't know. If we think they're making a mistake, they don't know, because they haven't done it yet. They haven't made that mistake. And just like in the method, we say that they will do what we do, not what we say. But we don't really realize it. It's like, "Oh, my kids are not tidy." Or myself. Well, are you? Because if you are, they probably would be. And if they're not as kids, they will be when they move away, because they're used to it. And that was it for today. Parental, maternal, paternal, just keep that in mind. Have a great evening.